Do you want to kick off, Dan?
Just what your logic are.
Yeah, just that. First of all, congratulations to Regis, the players and the staff and the supporters of Sunderland Football Club. We've had the taste of the Premier League and we know what a great experience it is, what the experience that they'll have next season. It's going to take quite a while to get over this. And we're going to have to suffer and go through the pain. It's been a challenging season, as we talked about. Two outstanding teams above us, getting to 100 points, just to get 92 points. We reset really well. We prepared really well. It wasn't any spin or anything in terms of the preparation of the players. And going into the playoffs and going into the final was as good as I've experienced at a football club, but certain times in the game, we can look at from our point of view, which we needed to be better with, and the opportunities that have come around for the opposition, they've taken and punished us severely. Of course, the game of football, we started off really well on the front foot, found our moment with Ty. There'll obviously be a lot of talk about the VAR. I think I'm being consistent in terms of what Regis said as well. We play 46 games, 2 playoff games, and then all of a sudden it's a subjective decision by the referee. I've got to say, I don't think the goalkeeper saves it. I don't think he gets anywhere near it. I mean, it's gone past him. But listen, that's by the by. I thought it gave them a lifeline and some real energy, but without really hurting us. Goalkeepers really had a save to make, and we started getting back in control of the game 10 minutes into the second half. We've had a couple of chances. Disappointed in terms of when a team has to open up and go for it, which they do, and we'd have been the same. I think we talked about it. They leave opportunities for you to go and punish them, and we were too loose in transition. We were too loose on the counter-attack. We gave up some really good, clean opportunities to go and punish them. And if we get the second, then I think we win the game. And it's not seeing the game out, but you keep a decent shape. And as I said, I thought I never felt on the sideline sort of worried, and we needed to do something. 2 goals from our point of view are really poor. They found the finishes, but before that, the first goal, a couple of decisions that we made, and the second goal, you look at it, we secure the ball at the top of the pitch. We don't. The middle of the park is wide open, and it's amazing what the stories sort of bring up. A local lad who's on his way to Brighton counters and finds a fabulous position and a finish, and then the game's gone past us. It's 97, 98 minutes, so fairy tale stuff for the boy and Sunderland, and from us, as I said, it's going to take quite a while to get over.
What's been the sort of general theme of the message, not specific to what?
I've not talked to the players. You're going to have to suffer. We're going to have to suffer, all the coaches, players, managers, most importantly supporters. I thought there's real energy about our support after the final game of the season, rolling into the playoff games, and even today. But you've got to put teams to bed, and you've got to be clinical, and you've got to be tidier, and you've got to be smarter. We weren't smart in terms of our organisation on the second goal. You're into the 97th minute of a game, and we're sort of strung across the middle of the park, and the boy finds an enormous amount of space to counter and break on us. Sitting as a 4-4-1 or sitting as a 4-4-5 really, and see that final 30 seconds out or a minute because Anel was potentially coming back on. We didn't really want to make a decision on Anel because of the importance of substitutes in extra time. We had that ability to bring one on, and we'd have had the ability to bring another one on, and I think that would have been a crucial point. But to lose it from that manner really stings. Maybe I don't know whether it's lack of inexperience or lack of experience or a bit of leadership where we just see the game out till Anel comes on the pitch, but that wasn't to be, and they find a fabulous winner, and obviously it's chaos and pandemonium from their point of view, and an incredibly bitter situation that we found ourselves in.
This will obviously sting a lot in the manner of it as well. I mean, in terms of you, does the work start again tomorrow with a bit of time off?
No, it doesn't. No, it's going to take quite a while to get over. But we're hardened as a manager who's played, the amount of games I played and managed the amount of games. This has not always been a fairy tale scenario career-wise. So I think you get judged on and how you handle your good moments, which you'll enjoy, and certainly Regis and the Sunderland players and the supporters will enjoy their day today, and rightly so. I think it's how you get over the disappointments and the things that go against you. We have to own that, because, as I said, if we'd have been tighter and smarter and we not conceded those poor goals, which is pretty unlike us, we have kept a load of clean sheets, and we've defended really well at times right the way through this season. But we find the counter attack and we score, or we find that final bit. But that's by the by. It's how you, as I said, how you deal with it. I'm not taught to the players, but they'll be hurting. We have to own it and suffer together. And most importantly, I'm just gutted for the supporters, because they really showed us a massive amount of respect and energy going into this final, and not to reward them with a win and an opportunity to play in the Premier League is incredibly disappointing.
What does this mean now for the futures of the big players?
Oh no, everything pans out. Everything will take care of itself. But as you can imagine, Dan, I've not thought about futures personally, or from a player point of view, being an hour and a half after an incredibly low point of everybody's sort of careers. Really, players will be incredibly hurting. The support will be, the coaching staff will be. But it is what it is, and we're going to have to deal with it. Oh.
Chris, obviously it can go one way or the other. I mean, I've seen teams Sunderland in the 90s losing the player final in the league the next year, and he's the same. How do you sort of get that reaction out of the players? Well,
it's just not a time now, Stu, really. And the big boys, and they've got to get over it if they're going to have decent careers. As I said, in terms of my career, disappointing times, personally, injuries or whatever goes with that, results, periods of careers. So they're going to have to deal with it. Ollie Arblas has had an ACL. He's going to have to deal with that sort of situation, and they're going to have to deal with not achieving something that we all dreamed for, planned for, and tried to execute. So this is part and parcel. We're in a game of sport. We're in a sport that is not straightforward. These things can happen, especially on a one-off game. It's not gone for us, but it was not luck. It's in our hands, and we have to deal with that and accept that. The game was in our hands. As I said, never really felt in danger. I think from a stats point of view, Michael's not had a save to make, and the stats point of view has not really thought that we were under a huge amount of pressure. But we have to be better and go and kill teams off, and we've not found that quality that we should have found with the players that we've got at our disposal. So it's how you personally overcome it, and there's going to be a time where we're going to have to suffer. And as I said, it's going to take quite a lot to get over this, Stu. But we get over it as a football club. The club's going to be here for another 130 odd years. And we had an opportunity of changing the narrative on the playoffs, and we've not taken that. So with a new season, with a new pre-season, we'll bring renewed optimism, but it's going to be tough, and that's the sport that we're in, and the game that we love.
And is it a case that sort of waiting for pre-season, looking in the guys and trying to judge who's reacted in the right way and in the wrong way?
Well, their careers will be defined by getting over disappointments, and they won't have a career, and they'll go under. If I look back at my career, it was defined by disappointment. I got released at Southampton when I was 18, possibly the most shattering blow you could happen to a young footballer, and end up playing over 400 games. So this is a disappointment. There's other things that happen in life that are far worse, but at the moment it hurts. Of course it does, and it'll hurt for the supporters more importantly, and players. And it's how they overcome injuries, loss of form, not being in a team, not having great seasons, missing out on certain things, and not delivering in terms of what we wanted to deliver today. But happens in every sport, in every way of life, and it tests you. We've tried to build the football club on being resolute and tough, and character and culture. So that'll be tested. And if it isn't individually, then players are not going to progress their careers. And it's tested me. I've got no issue in terms of looking in the mirror tomorrow morning, and picking myself up and picking people around me up, and you have to go again.
All good. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
No problem.